Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I am talking about money tips to know in your 20s. So this is the best financial advice I've received so far in life. Of course, I'm still learning, we're still learning, but these are gems and I just want to share with you. So if you're interested in learning about money tips that you should know in your 20s, keep watching. If you find value in this video, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. So let's get on to the video. Prepare for retirement, like now, like today. That's something I've learned that I think is really valuable because we don't think far out into the future, like 50 years from now, how are we gonna be, how are we gonna live? But if you're looking at these older people out here just living life and you're wondering, how do they have this much money to do this? A lot of them have this money from their retirement. They're chilling now because they invested and they saved, so they're cool now. So that is something that I've learned early on, is don't wait to invest in retirement. Do it now because of compound interest, and start researching and figuring it out now because you want to be prepared and ready and have your money stacked already once you reach that age. Also, there are two other things. They're kind of separate but associated at the same time: IRA and also low index funds. So an IRA is an individual retirement account. One thing that I've learned that I think is really valuable is to invest in a Roth IRA, not a traditional IRA, because a Roth IRA, you're taxed up front instead of the end. Money you put in a Roth IRA is taxed in the beginning. You work your job, and whatever money you get back, you'll put that money in an IRA, and that's already taxed. Whenever you take your money out, let's say 40 years from now, you will not be taxed on that money again. So all the money that you made, the compound interest, all of that isn't taxed because you paid your taxes already. So that's the Roth IRA. And the traditional IRA is something different. You can do your research about that, but advice that I was given is a Roth IRA. So do your research, look into that. It's a good strategy that a lot of people use in retirement. So another gem that I've learned is investing in low cost index funds. One reason that index funds are really popular is because instant diversification. I know we all heard this, don't put all your eggs in one basket. So your funds are diversified instantly because you'll have money here, here, here. One index that is really popular is the S&P 500, when it has, the top 500 companies in the US, and you have stock in a little of each, so you're spread out. So that's one benefit. Also, there are low cost index funds, so they'll have like low expense ratios. Also, with index funds, you don't have to have a lot of money to get started with it. I think with some investments, you have to come with like a couple of $1,000s, and it's just like, for regular people, it's like, I don't really have a couple of $1,000s just to get started investing. Can I invest like, a couple of hundred instead, or, 100? With index funds, you can do that. You can start investing without having a lot of money up front. There are a couple of pieces of advice that I've learned when it comes to credit cards. One, be very careful with credit cards, because one thing I've learned is to be responsible with credit cards and not signing up for a whole bunch of credit cards and not spending a lot on my credit card. One way I do that is by not using my credit card a lot. I mostly use my credit card for a small charge every month, because if you're constantly using your credit card, I get it, points, cash back, all of that. You constantly use it, I think it's easier to lose track of what you're charging and paying that back, and then paying it off, and all then you forget, and then you get fees, and then now you got all this credit card debt. Another key piece of advice for credit cards is knowing your reporting date and knowing your due date. I had to learn this, but this is gold advice that I've learned that helped improve my credit score. Is you want to pay off your credit card by the due date. Why? So you don't get charged. You don't want interest, right? So make sure you pay it by the due date. But now the reporting date is when they report it to the credit bureaus. So if you want your credit score to grow, they want to see a little bit on your account to see, are you responsible? How much credit are you using? So you want to make sure it's a little something on your card, and that's what people mean when they say, oh, leave a little something on your card. But that's just for your reporting date. You don't want to leave a little something on your card for your due date. You want it to be zero. Another key piece of advice that I've learned is to avoid debt. Stay out of debt. So that's what I do. I do not sign up for anything. I do not like payments, none of that, because that is just taking money out of my pocket. Only debt that I have is student loan debt, and I had experience having a different type of debt, and it was just a really negative experience, and I never want to go back to that. And it wasn't even a lot of money, but the fact that they did the most in collection agencies and stuff like that, I don't have time for that. They're not about to stress me out, so I avoid debt at all costs. I don't want that in my life. I don't have time to have to be paying anybody. I am not going to be a slave to the lender. Like, you don't tell me when I have to owe you anything, you know? All my money is going to be mine. Like, I'm not trying to owe anyone. I'm not trying to get in debt. None of that. I also learned about good debt, bad debt. I don't know how I feel about that, y'all. That may be another video. And I also heard, some people be like, go into debt if it's investing, if you're going to make more money from it, but that may be a whole different conversation. Another key piece of financial advice that I've received is liabilities versus assets and knowing the difference. You want to have more assets than liabilities. Liabilities is taking money out of your pocket. Assets is putting money in your pocket. The people that got it, the people that got money, they have assets. They have more assets, and they have their assets funding their lifestyle and funding their liabilities. So that's why they're straight. So we need to invest in assets. That's what we need to invest in. What can make us more money? When you're spending your money, you want to make sure that you are spending your money more so in assets than in liabilities if you want to get ahead financially. Beware of lifestyle inflation. So let's say you get paid a certain salary at your job and they increase your salary. What do you do next? Some of us, we buy a car, we buy a bigger apartment, we buy a home, we buy nicer clothes, we go out to eat more, things like that. That is lifestyle inflation. Like, you made more money, but you're spending more money as well. So it's like you aren't saving more, you're not investing more. So you're still in the same financial situation that you were in, even though you're making more money, because your lifestyle went up, your taste went up. You're just like, oh, I have more money, but you're still in the same spot. Another key piece of financial advice that I've learned is you need to make more money. Yes, saving is good, budgeting, all of that stuff, but in the end, you need to make more money. Invest in your skills. One thing we've learned is people cannot take away your education. So if you invest in your skills and you learn how to do that skill well, people will pay for that, and that will help you. The more skills you have, the more money you can make, the more opportunities you can have. Some of the benefits of increasing your skills can be if you want to start a business or be an entrepreneur. As you learn more skills and build more skills, that will help you in your business. And also, let's say you have your job or your career. The more skills you gain, the higher you can go up your career ladder, the more money that you can make in your career field. So just expanding your knowledge and expanding your skill set is a truly valuable thing to do. And if you have skills that are in need, high demand, you're always going to have a job. You're always going to be working, whether that's for someone else that needs someone with that skill set, or whether that is for you working for yourself with people that need your services. Continue to develop new skills, continue to refresh your old skills, and you will be good. You can make money off of having these skills and helping people that need people with these skills. So the ideal thing to do is to find something that you're passionate about, that's profitable, and something that you're proficient at. But I feel like proficiency, you can learn that the more you learn about the skill and the more that you practice it. But if you have all three of those, passion, proficiency, and profitable, you are set up for success. Another key piece of financial advice I've learned is if you want to reduce your expenses, you should focus on your highest expenses first. What are those highest expenses? More than likely, rent. Rent is the number one expense mostly for everyone, and there are a couple of ways to decrease that. One way is moving to a low costing apartment to move in with roommates, to stay at home with your parents. Like, y'all, if I could do that, I would have done that. I would have stayed at home. Do you know how much money I would have saved? But my situation didn't allow for that. Another gem I've learned is house hacking. So basically, you buy like a 3 flat, 4 flat, 2 flat, I don't know. You buy that and you live in one property and you rent out the other properties, and you'll get money from your tenants every month for living there, and that will help pay off your mortgage for the property, and you don't have to pay rent because, hey, this is your property. Eventually you move out and then you'll get rent from those people, or you can stay there as long as you want, but that is a way to decrease your living expenses. Another key financial piece of advice that I've learned is to don't co-sign for anyone. Like, no, there is a reason that people could not get that loan. And if you co-sign for someone, you are putting yourself at risk. If you are working on your credit and you're working on your finances, why would you put your own self in jeopardy for someone else? I get it, you love them, that's your mom, that's your boyfriend, whoever it is, but if they don't pay, you're stuck with the bill. And whose fault is that? They're gonna be like, oh, sorry, and you're gonna be like, but you did that to yourself. So that was some of the best financial advice that I've learned so far, and I think this is key, and I think most people in their 20s should know this already, and if you don't, it's fine. So drop down in the comments your favorite money advice that you've received so far and just share it with us all. Share the knowledge. As always, if you found value in this video, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video.